tomorrow, that is 6th of March, and Honorable Home Minister and the Minister for Cooperation, Shri Amit Shah ji, is coming as the chief guest for the function. And I am told that most of the state dignitaries, including the Chief Ministers and the Deputy Chief Minister, they will be gracing the occasion. Today, we are over 71 airports in the country, and many more are in the pipeline. That includes two latest airports which have come, mega airports, Navi Mumbai and Jewar Airport, and also Bhogapuram is in the line, which we will be soon taking over. I want to welcome you to this press conference on behalf of CISF, and I am very happy to note that you are present in a big number today, which gives me immense satisfaction. To be present here in Bhubaneswar with my entire CISF team is a matter of pride for us. We are celebrating our 57th Raising Day at RTC Mundli tomorrow, that is 6th of March, and Honorable Home Minister and the Minister for Cooperation, Shri Amit Shah ji, is coming as the chief guest for the function. And I am told that most of the state dignitaries, including the Chief Ministers and the Deputy Chief Minister, they will be gracing the occasion. So it is a matter of great pride for all of us, and we are very happy to host this 57th Raising Day on the soil of Odisha, the land of Lord Jagannath. I am here before you to tell you something about the organization CISF, and also to tell you what exactly we intend to do in our future roadmap. So first of all, as you all know, the original mandate of CISF was industrial security. When it was raised in 1969, it came after that incident of fire which took place in Heavy Engineering Corporation, Ranchi. Then this force was raised. And in a matter of last so many years, we have expanded to a great length. From a force of merely 3,000 odd people, today we are over 2 lakh in strength. So it is the third largest central armed paramilitary force today in the country after CRPF and BSF. And it is ever expanding. As you can see, we have added so many domains to CISF. It is no more an industrial security force, but it has become a security force, specialized security force for so many other specialized domains. If you want to recall, we, apart from industrial security, we entered into the domain of Ministry of Space and Atomic Research, and today we are in the space and atomic research installations at most of their installations. Similarly, in late 1900 and early 2000, we entered into aviation sector when Jaipur Airport was the first airport which CISF took over. Today, we are over 71 airports in the country, and many more are in the pipeline. That includes two latest airports which have come, mega airports, Navi Mumbai and Jewar Airport, and also Bhogapuram is in the line, which we will be soon taking over. So 3 major airports have come to CISF in the recent time. So that will make our strength. Today we have a strength of almost 50,000 odd people working in the airport sector. That is how we have expanded in last 25 years in aviation sector. And as you all avail the airport services, you are the best person to judge the quality of services which CISF is providing. A big compliment came to me from a celebrity recently when they said it is one of the best in aviation sector in the world. So today CISF is providing that level of quality. And just to give you one statistics, small statistics to support my statement. Last year, you know, all the airports are audited by ICAO. The special audit team comes from ICAO. And in 2025, they audited two of our airports, Delhi Airport and Calcutta Airport. One, as you know, is a private airport run by GMR. The other one is an Airport Authority of India airport, Calcutta Airport. And the compliance rate has gone up from 68% to 84%. So that is a remarkable feat, and the ICAO report compliments CISF for complying to the international standards up to the extent of 84%, which is a very, very satisfactory result for all of us. And my airport team deserves a huge kudo for that. They are also specializing in many new areas. We were earlier as anti-hijacking force. Now we have also evolved over a period of time in counter-terrorism. Our QRT teams, as you just heard my DIG intelligence, that they are being prepared to handle any kind of eventuality from the terrorism point of view. And we have placed those QRTs at almost all the airports which we are managing today. And I am very happy to say that not one single incident of terrorism has happened at the airport in last so many years. So that is an achievement of CISF, which is a remarkable achievement. Now when we talk of the other domains as well, as we said that we have entered into new areas. Last year, the government gave us a mandate to guard the Parliament House. Earlier, this used to be with a different force, but then CISF was called in after that incident of Parliament where they breached the security. Some young people, they breached the security of Parliament. And today, we have a strong over 3,000 personnel unit in Parliament from last year, and we have taken the complete control of the Parliament security. Now that is another dimension of CISF. We were already in the government buildings in Delhi. Most of the ministries are being guided by CISF, as you are all aware. It's called Government Building Section. And today, as you are all aware, that new Kartavya Bhavan and also the new office for the PMO and all other high dignitaries have come up, which are known as Seva Kutir, right? Seva Tirth. So all those buildings are now today guarded by CISF. So CISF has taken over all the new buildings which have come up in the recent time, and we are guarding these buildings, and we have a very big strength in government building sector. In the transportation sector, if you see, we first entered Delhi Metro. Today Delhi Metro is almost 13,000 odd personnel unit, and tomorrow, in a matter of few days, PM is going to inaugurate 2 more lines. So it is expanding, Delhi Metro, and it has now covered almost all the areas of NCR, National Capital Region. And CISF is guarding today all the metro units, metro lines which are there in Delhi. Apart from that, the rapid rail which started recently from Meerut to Delhi, CISF was called in to guard that rapid rail system as well. So in the transportation sector, CISF has entered in a big way. So that is another domain which we are taking care of. One very important decision of the government, which I would like to inform you, and which is a remarkable achievement for CISF, is that we were already there in the port security. We were guarding 12 major ports in the country. But this year, the government has issued a notification and they have declared CISF as RSO. RSO implies that we are the recognized security organization for port security. Now this mandate gives CISF an assignment to conduct the security assessment as well as planning of all the ports which will come up in India. So our team, our consultancy team, CISF consultancy team, where we will have specialized port related officers who have experience in port security, they will be conducting the audit and the assessment of security audit and the assessment of all the ports. And in the process, government has also decided that there are about 78 odd exim ports, minor and major, where CISF is going to be deployed in a hybrid mode. So all these decisions have come up recently. You are already aware that government is planning to constitute a Bureau of Port Security. There also CISF will have some role to play, because our officers will go on deputation to this organization, which will be on the lines of Bureau of Civil Aviation, BCAS. Similar kind of a structure government is planning for the port security. Now at these ports, as you are aware, a lot of private agencies are also part of the security network. So CISF has been given the mandate to train all the private security agencies which are deployed at the airport. Now that is a very huge responsibility which has been given to CISF. We have already started training them. At 3 major ports, the training is going on: Chennai port, Cochin and Bangalore. We started, and we are adding new ports for training. So in times to come, we will be training all the private security agencies which are deployed at the airport. So that is going to be another milestone for CISF. So the capacity building part will lie with CISF. Similarly, there is a specialized port security institute which is going to be set up at Okha. Government has decided to set up a specialized port training institute at Okha, Gujarat, and a port vertical will be looked after by CISF for training the senior officers and the other ranks in specialized courses. So those courses are also going to be organized by CISF for training purpose in the area of port security. So that is another big responsibility which the government has given to us. And we are expecting that in times to come, a separate port vertical, which we have already got an approval from the government, will come into play in a full-fledged manner by having at least, to begin with, 10,000 odd people in port security. So that will be another vertical on the lines of airport vertical which CISF has today. So that is our future roadmap. Another very important development in the field of coal sector is that on the lines of RPF, CISF now has been vested with legal powers under MMDR Act, Mines and Mineral Development and Regulation Act 1957. Earlier CISF was not recognized as one of the authorized agency. Now we have been recognized after the amendment the government has brought, and this is a very recent development. So CISF will be able to file complaint in the court directly about any theft of coal, and the court will be bound to take cognizance of the complaints filed by CISF. Earlier we used to go through the local police channel, but by bringing this amendment, CISF has been empowered to file complaints directly in the court, conduct any search and seizure of any premise, and also inspect any record of any coal mining area. So that is a very huge challenge which has come to CISF. Earlier we were only guarding and securing the premises. Now with the coming of these legal powers, now we will have to take action. And as you know, under CISF Act, we already have powers to arrest people, and we can produce them now directly in the court. So we are working out along with the Ministry of Coal on a modality as to how to implement and make the entire coal business more secure and effective. So we are working on a standard operating procedure in collaboration with the Ministry of Coal, and that is already at an advanced stage. So that will now come into existence. So that is another new mandate which has come to CISF. So some of the things which I have just mentioned to you are very, very important developments from the point of CISF. So where does CISF go from here, where it stands today? So if you ask me, I'll say that the future roadmap of CISF is to organize itself into functional sectors like energy sector, coal sector, aviation sector, transportation sector. So these are all functional sectors. So we are going to take restructuring of CISF very soon, undertake this restructuring, and we will organize CISF into functional sectors rather than as territorial sectors, which they exist today. So that is the future roadmap of CISF, which we are working upon, and very soon the government will seek the approval of the government and will implement this plan on ground. So all our units today, 361 odd units today, they will be organized on the functional sector basis, and the posts will also be designated accordingly. Those who are looking after energy and critical sector, they will be designated accordingly. Those who are looking after aviation, they have already been designated. The port security, it is new vertical for which we have got an approval from the government, will be organized accordingly. So similarly, we are going to organize the entire CISF on functional lines. That will be a very major challenge for CISF, and we are working on it. And every sector will have very important role to play as per a specialized domain. Second most important part, which I just mentioned to you, is domain specialization. CISF is already working on domain experts concept. We last year had a meeting among ourselves, and we have identified certain domain experts of every sector. So they are going to take charge of capacity building in that particular domain. So our officers are already trained and specialized in certain sectors. They will take the domain further, and that will include integration of new technology, the kind of security model which we want, like hybrid security model, and what kind of technology is required to be integrated. As you know, MHA has very recently sanctioned one Center for Excellence for drone and anti-drone system for vital installations, and given this mandate to CISF, our RTC Behrod in Rajasthan has been declared that Center of Excellence for drone training. So we are now going to organize a drone training program in our RTC Behrod. We have already started, and this is going to be expanded. In the next modernization plan, we are taking up drone training in a big way, drone and anti-drone training in a big way. As you know, after Operation Sindoor and what you are seeing in Iran today, drones have become a very important factor for guarding the installation. So we have to develop our capacity, we have to build up our capacity, and in collaboration with the industry and the concerned ministry, we will develop our capacity in drone threats as well, to how to deal with counter drone strategy also. So for there, CISF has been declared as the nodal force for vital installation. Similarly, you know, today cyber threat is a real threat. Every sector is facing cyber threat today. Earlier, physical security used to be very important. Now the system security has become very important because everything is on systems. So CISF is going in a big way to develop its capacity in cyber courses. And we have already developed some cyber commandos. Last time when a course was conducted at NPA Hyderabad, our boys topped the course. They performed best in cyber courses. And we know that our boys are technically qualified. We have a lot of technically qualified boys within CISF. So we are going to develop our capacity in cyber courses as well. We have very recently collaborated with some very reputed institute, and IIT Chennai has agreed to provide us training on cyber security, and they will train our specialized boys in cyber security. So along with the industry, our team will assist the industry in securing the cyberspace as well, which will include all kinds of threats. In aviation, we are dealing with this threat almost daily. Every day we have to deal with some or other cyber threat. And we require cyber experts within the ranks. So we are going in a big way. So as I said, specialization is the call of the day. We have to develop our capacity, and we are working on that model. So that is the future of CISF. And that's where we will be able to grow ourselves, and we will be able to make ourselves much more strong in dealing with the future threats as well. Now I come to the other aspects of CISF. CISF has been very progressive in the matters of women empowerment. We inducted a lot of women in our force. Today it is the percentage of women in CISF stands at almost 12%, which is the highest among any CAPF. And we are going to recruit more and more women. You already deal with a lot of women CISF personnel when you go to the airport. Almost 50% strength is at the airport. But we are going to increase that strength in other sectors as well. So women are coming in a big way to CISF. We have got a sanction from MHA of a Mahila Commando Battalion also, which we are going to raise at New Haryana. So that will be a specialized Mahila Battalion, which will be raised at New Haryana. And we have already started working on it. So very soon we are going to have a full-fledged Mahila Battalion within CISF. And after this, we are also, we have inducted a lot of women sports personnel in CISF. CISF conducted a special recruitment for sports personnel, and out of 300 odd sports personnel whom we recruited, almost 179 of them are women sports personnel. And they are the women who have achieved some or other success at national or international level. They are the ones who have been inducted into CISF. And as you are aware, one of our CISF personnel recently conquered Mount Everest also. So, one women personnel, one woman from CISF, Geeta Samota, she has been able to conquer Mount Everest. So we have a lot of good sports personnel within CISF, and our Mahila band, that police band, won the first position in All India Police Band competition at Hyderabad, recently conducted by RPF. So we are doing a lot of work on the women front. We are trying to empower the women, and we are trying to bring them in all the field. And the best part is that the women have volunteered to come and work for the QRTs also, quick reaction teams. So these women commandos are now being deployed in the quick reaction teams also. We have already conducted one specialized course for the women commandos at ASG Hyderabad, and similar courses are being organized at one of the RTC. So now the women will come as quick reaction team at most of the airports which you see today. So that is about women. The other part which CISF is very sensitive about is environment conservation. You know, there is a scheme of PM which is called Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. Under that program, CISF has already planted over 5 lakh trees, and the number is going to, which is one of the highest among the CAPF, and we are going to plant more and more number of trees. Recently, when we undertook this cyclothon, coastal cyclothon, there were twin purpose of undertaking coastal cyclothon. One, that we wanted to raise awareness among the community about coastal security. So we wanted to get the support of the local community, the coastal villages. So we decided to stay in the villages. We identified 52 villages where we stayed, and we have decided to undertake some long-term program under CSR to add some kind of a infrastructure in terms of either sports or environmental protection in those villages. And in that particular program, the other objective was also make people aware about the cleanliness and the environment of the coast. So we undertook a lot of coastal cleaning also. The cleaning of a lot of beaches along the coast were undertaken by our CISF personnel, where the people from the local community also joined. And it became a huge success. First time people realized that we also do these kind of work. So apart from doing our security work, we are also doing lot of work on the environmental protection side. Beekeeping. In fact, we are one of the best in beekeeping. We are doing a lot of beekeeping at most of our units, and one of our production, I think, is crosses how much, Ajay? I think it's quite a bit. I will tell you the exact quantity of, honey which we produced last year, and all that being, given to the units for sale. More than 1,000 kgs of honey we produced last year, just last year. So we are doing a lot of environmental work, and these are just to tell you about the other face of CISF. Now I come to the welfare part of our men. CISF is very concerned about the welfare of our personnel, and we have undertaken a lot of measures in the recent times. Number one, they were given a new system of posting, whereby they could give their choice for the posting, choice-based system of posting, and every CISF personnel was asked to give his first 10 choices, and you will be glad to know that almost 80% of them got accommodated in their choices. So we have very few complaints about the posting of the personnel. So that has come down drastically. Number two, a lot of personnel have been promoted in the recent times. We have very recently, in fact, just last month we promoted about 6,000 odd personnel, and two very important decisions which we have taken with the approval of the Home Ministry is that there was a stagnation in the rank of inspectors. We have promoted 176 inspectors to the rank of assistant commandant, by giving them local ranks, where they will exercise all the powers of the higher rank. So that is one initiative. With the approval of MHA, we could get it done. And this has reduced the stagnation in promotion from 1996 to 2002. Though all those batches have been covered, and the last batch which we promoted was 2002. Earlier, the batches who could not get promoted even belonged to the batches like 1988. So we have brought down that pendency in promotion to quite a bit, and which has actually enthused our boys. Similarly, for the ASIs who used to get promoted as SI, we have recently given local rank to almost 1,000 odd ASIs as sub-inspectors, and there was also a great kind of a this thing. So the idea is, which we are working on, to at least give 3 promotions to every CISF personnel in their career. That is the minimum we want to achieve, and we have been able to achieve that to a great extent. So that is one welfare measure. The second part is, we have taken care of our people who we lost in major accidents. So recently, the insurance amount we have increased for every loss to 1 crore. And with the help of the State Bank of India, which is our official banker, every loss of life in a tragic accident or in an action will get minimum 1 crore to the family. So that we have been able to achieve. And we have given it already distributed to all the personnel whom we lost this year in any natural calamity or any accident. So that is another aspect which we have done. We have increased the scholarship amount for a lot of our children, and with the help of the banks also, and also with the help of our own welfare fund, we have been able to substantially increase the loan amounts for our personnel. So if they want to take loan for marriage, if they want to take loan for educational purpose, we have substantially increased that amount. And for the sports fund, we have created a separate sports fund in which we have made available our sports personnel the best of the sports kit and other items, so that they perform well at national and international level. We are already preparing our sports personnel for the next Commonwealth Games as well as the Olympics. And some of our boys have been selected for the next Commonwealth Games team, I am told. So our boys and girls are doing very well in the sports, as I said earlier also. So that's about the welfare part. And the last thing which I want to tell you, especially about this coastal cyclotron, what objective we have been able to achieve. So we, as just now our DIG Intelligence said, we covered 6,500 kilometers of Indian coastline by undertaking this cyclotron. And in this cyclotron team, one team started from the eastern coast, Bakali in West Bengal, which is close to Haldia, and the other team started from Lakhpat port in Gujarat. And both the teams covered almost 3,200 odd kilometers, and finally it culminated at Kochi. So it is one of the longest coastal cyclotron undertaken by any CAPF, and India Book of Records have recognized our efforts. The more important part is not the distance which we covered, but the hearts which we have won. The number of people who got associated with us on the way. Almost 30 lakh people physically participated in our program along the coast. And at 7 major locations we had major functions. That includes Konark in Odisha, where the Deputy Chief Minister was the chief guest. Then Visakhapatnam, where the Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation was the chief guest. Then we had a function at Chennai, another major function. Then we had one function in Surat, where the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat participated. At Mumbai, Taj, where the Speaker was the chief guest. At Goa, again the Minister was the chief guest. So we were able to mobilize a lot of public support in our coastal cyclotron. And number of people who came forward and associated with us was tremendous. The kind of response which we got from the state government was tremendous. All the state governments came forward and helped us, and that has actually we have been able to establish as one of the prime forces on the coastline, because we have 47 CISF units along the Indian coast. 47 units are already operational along the Indian coast. So we have been able to make an outreach to the people. So overall, I would say that in last so many years, CISF has grown multifold, and our work is also multifarious in nature, from J&K's central jail to the atomic research, space research, aviation, transportation, government building. We have actually diversified to a great extent. And now we are trying to move into new domains of aerial security and cyber security. So there is a tremendous potential in this organization to make this as one of the best security organization in the world, and we are constantly making efforts towards it by building our capacity, by infusing new technology. Technology is one of the main things, and AI-based technology, I must say. At all the airports today we have AI-based technology. Similarly, in other sectors also we are trying to get AI-based technology for integrated command and control center. So we are infusing technology in a big way, and that is the idea, that the stress should not only be on the manpower, the stress should more be on the technology, integration of technology, so that we come out with one of the best security systems in the world. So with these words, I once again thank all of you. The idea was that you are all invited to attend the 57th Raising Day Parade from my side, and it would be our pleasure if you all are present there tomorrow at RTC Mundli. Join us to celebrate the 57th Raising Day of CISF, and it's happening on the land of Lord Jagannath. That gives us, all of us, great pleasure, and also a chance to visit Lord Jagannath. So most of the officers who are here, I'm sure many of them will also visit along with their families to Lord Jagannath and all the neighboring important places like Konark and Chilka and other places. And I really wish all of you all the best, and thank you for coming in this big number. Thanks a lot. See, that is not the mandate of CISF as original mandate of CISF, but if we are in any of the installation, we are also there to secure the environment of that installation. So we do everything. As just now mentioned by my team, we have a specialized fire unit which is working at most of the industries. And these fire personnel are involved in any kind of disaster management which takes place in industry, whether fire-related hazard or any other hazard. They are being sent to those locations also. And we are also training the other states, including Odisha, in disaster management. So CISF is involved in a big way in disaster management. In fact, as they just mentioned, I would like to mention 3 incidents of CISF where our boys did tremendously well, and all 3 are related to some disaster. So the first one is, as you all heard, Ahmedabad plane crash. So when the plane actually crashed, our 200 boys were going towards their barrack when they got this news, and they immediately responded to the site. So they were the first to respond at the site and secure the entire area where the crash took place, and they were the first responder in that sense. After that, the State Disaster Relief Force came, SDRF, and along with SDRF we were able to save many lives and also their properties, because otherwise that could have been just taken away by some miscreant or somebody. So to a great extent, in the initial response was so quick that we were able to mitigate that disaster by taking out a lot of people from inside the hostel as well as the housing complex. That was one incident, and our boys did commendably well. So some of them have got DG's commendation disc and the certificate also for that. Including your Kaso Bhuvaneshwar, he was there at Ahmedabad that time when the crash took place. The one who is now posted at the airport, commandant. So the second incident I want to mention is about Kishtwar incident. There this religious yatra was going on, as you are all aware, and suddenly this flash flood came, and 4 of our boys lost life. One of them, their body has not been recovered. Incidentally, he belongs to Odisha. Or
one of them belongs to Odisha.
One of them belongs to Odisha.
And
out of the 4, one of them belonged to Odisha.
3 of them posted at Paradip.
And 3 of them were posted in the Paradip unit. So boys from Paradip unit who were doing their duty at Kishtwar for that procession, particularly IS duty, internal security duty, those people were lost in that tragic incident. But they saved so many lives, and even at the cost of their own life. One dead body we have still not recovered. These 2 incidents will tell you how CISF responds to even environmental disasters. And we are facing it every day, where we are working in the hilly terrain or in difficult terrain. These natural disasters or natural calamities are, as you are aware, are happening very frequently. And we are responding immediately. Whatever unit is there, they immediately respond to that. They try to save life, they try to save the environment also. So that is a matter of now daily routine for our CSF units. And we are training our boys in disaster management.
सर आपने जैसे बोला कि कोल माइनिंग क्षेत्र में गाइडिंग के साथ पोल्यूशन का पावर भी दिया गया है, तो अभी तक कितना पोल्यूशन एफआईआर किया है, कितना मामला किया है?
जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, अपनी ब्रीफिंग में भी आपको बताया, ये अमेंडमेंट अभी बहुत रिसेंटली आया है और इसका एक स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर हम लोग कोल मिनिस्ट्री के साथ मिलकर के तैयार कर रहे हैं, जिसका कि फाइनल अप्रूवल अवेटेड है मिनिस्ट्री से। जैसे आएगा फिर ये इम्प्लीमेंट हो जाएगा। बट ऑलरेडी हमने काफ़ी सर्च एंड सीजर करना शुरू कर दिया है। अब ऑलमोस्ट ऑन डेली बेसिस हमारे यहाँ सर्च और सीजर हो रहा है कोल माइनिंग एरिया में, और काफ़ी मात्रा में हो रहा है।
कौन सा स्टेट में
ज़्यादातर अगर आप देखें तो जो हमारे अफेक्टेड हैं वो है आपको ईस्टर्न कोलफील्ड, जो अपना ECL है, और CCL। ये दो एरिया ऐसे हैं कोल के जो कि झारखंड, बिहार और बंगाल से कनेक्टेड हैं। वहाँ हमको ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आती है, तो उसमें हम लोग काफ़ी एक्शन कर रहे हैं। काफ़ी
जिन प्रकल्पों का उद्घाटन होगा
जी,
उसमें क्या उड़ीसा के भी कुछ हैं, और जो जिन प्रकल्पों का उद्घाटन होगा उनकी लागत कितनी है और कितने समय से उस पर काम चल रहा है?
ये जो दो प्रोजेक्ट हमारे जो इनॉग्रेट हो रहे हैं, हाउसिंग प्रोजेक्ट, ये दोनों प्रोजेक्ट का मैं आपको पूरा डिटेल दे दूंगा किस साल से शुरू हुए थे, और हमारे नोट में भी है वो जो आपको नोट दिया जा रहा है। तो हमारे दो प्रोजेक्ट दोनों उड़ीसा में नहीं है। एक दिल्ली में, जैसे मैंने बताया आपको, मैदानगढ़ी इलाके में है, जहाँ पे कि 564 क्वार्टर्स हमारे मल्टी स्टोरी बिल्डिंग में बना है, और ये उसी लोकेशन पे है जहाँ पे कि कैफिम्स, अगर आपने सुना हो, एम्स के पैटर्न पे जो CIPF के लिए एक सेंट्रलाइज्ड मेडिकल फैसिलिटी क्रिएट की जा रही है कैफिम्स, उसके ही एडजॉइनिंग कैंपस में है। तो वहाँ पे हमको 564 क्वार्टर्स मिले हैं। और कोलकाता में राजरहाट पे हमारा एक पूरा हाउसिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स, जिसमें हमारे लड़कों के रहने के लिए, खेलने के लिए और उनके मेस की भी व्यवस्था की गई है, वो हमारा कोलकाता में स्थित है। बाकी जो 3 बटालियन कैंपस हैं, उसमें से एक गुवाहाटी असम में है, एक मध्य प्रदेश सीहोर में है, और तीसरा नासिक में, महाराष्ट्र में। जी,
प्राइवेट स्कूल के लिए आप जो बोले कि मतलब जितने भी हमारा है कोस्ट गार्ड एरिया में आप ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, वो लोग कितने कॉम्पिटेंट है, मतलब कितने कैपेबल है?
हाँ, मैं आपको वो बताना चाहूँगा। तो जो पोर्ट सिक्योरिटी में जो सबसे कमज़ोर कड़ी मानी गई, वो मानी गई प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी को, क्योंकि वहाँ पे कोई फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग होती नहीं है। जो सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज जो लगाते हैं अपने लोगों को, उनको कोई विशेष क्वालिफिकेशन या उसकी के साथ नहीं लगाते हैं, जो पोर्ट की कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं दी जाती थी पहले। ये सबसे कमज़ोर कड़ी थी हमारी सिक्योरिटी पूरी व्यवस्था में। इसी को दुरुस्त करने के लिए मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ शिपिंग ने, डायरेक्ट DG शिपिंग ने एक ऑर्डर जारी किया कि CISF 5 दिन का एक मॉड्यूल, जो कोर्स मॉड्यूल हम लोगों ने बना के दिया है, उसको उन्होंने अप्रूव किया, और 5 दिन का एक कोर्स मॉड्यूल CISF चलाएगी हर पोर्ट के ऊपर में। और जो ये प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज हैं, इनको ये मॉड्यूल कंपल्सरी अटेंड करना पड़ेगा, तभी वो पोर्ट सिक्योरिटी में डिप्लॉय हो पाएंगे। तो इस कोर्स को मैंडेटरी कर दिया है, और CISF ने ऑलरेडी ये कई हम लोगों ने सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज को ट्रेन कर दिया है। जहाँ तक मुझे ध्यान आता है, पिछले महीने तक लगभग 130 लोग ऑलरेडी ट्रेन हो चुके थे, और अभी हमारी ये ट्रेनिंग ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस है। ये व्यवस्था हम लोग अभी तक तो 3 पोर्ट पे चला रहे थे जहाँ पे हमको मिली थी, जैसे मुंबई में JNPT में, और आपके कोचीन में और चेन्नई में। लेकिन अब इसको हम लोग और भी पोर्ट्स में इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं।
सर, ये जो 3 जगह है, गुवाहाटी, सीहोर और नासिक
जी,
इन जगहों पर सेटअप करने का कारण क्या रहा और क्या इससे फर्क पड़ेगा? मुख्य आप लोगों ने क्या सिचुएशन फेस की, इसके बाद आप लोगों को लगा कि इन 3 जगहों पर फिक्स करना चाहिए?
जो हमारी यूनिट्स हैं, जहाँ पे जहाँ हमको ज़्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, वहाँ पास में हम एक बटालियन रखते हैं जो उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट को मीटअप करती रहे। जैसे कभी मैन पावर की शॉर्टेज हो गई तो वहाँ से उनको रिप्लेस किया जा सकता है। उस आधार पे स्टडी करने के बाद महाराष्ट्र में नासिक के आसपास, नागपुर के और उस पूरे एडजॉइनिंग बेल्ट में हमारी कई सारी यूनिट्स आज फंक्शनल हैं। उसी तरह से गुवाहाटी में, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हमारे पास कोई बटालियन नहीं थी, और आपको पता है CISF की अभी तक सिर्फ 15 बटालियन है। सो CISF यूनिट पैटर्न पे चलती है, बटालियंस कम हैं, हमारे यूनिट्स होते हैं ज़्यादा, बाकी फोर्सेज में आपको बटालियन पैटर्न है। तो CISF की उन यूनिट्स को सपोर्ट करने के लिए हम 1-2 बटालियन, रिजर्व बटालियन उसके आसपास रखते हैं कि कभी ज़रूरत पड़ जाए तो हम वहाँ से इमीडिएटली लगा सकें। तो वो देखते हुए हम लोगों ने 3 लोकेशन डिसाइड की।
सर, AI का जमाना है
जी
और AI के जरिए बहुत सारे साइबर क्राइम भी होता है
जी।
उसको प्रिवेंट करने के लिए क्या कुछ करना चाहिए और आप AI के जरिए जो आगजनी होता है और दूसरे सारे जो सिचुएशन क्रिएट होता है उसको प्रिवेंट करने के लिए क्या कुछ अब तक इंतजाम किया हुआ है?
मैं बताना चाहूँगा आपको, इंटीग्रेटेड कमांड कंट्रोल सेंटर जो आप देखते हैं, सभी बड़े जो जितने भी इंस्टॉलेशन हैं उनका एक अपना कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर होता है। वहाँ पे हम लोग AI का इस्तेमाल करके उस कंसर्न इंस्टॉलेशन के साथ वीडियो एनालिटिक्स और बाकी एनालिटिक्स लगा करके हम लोग ये जो आप पूरा सिस्टम है, चाहे गाड़ियों का मूवमेंट का मॉनिटरिंग है, चाहे चोरियों की मॉनिटरिंग है, चाहे अपनी डिप्लॉयमेंट की भी मॉनिटरिंग है, उनकी प्रेजेंस की, उनके इसकी, वो हम लोगों ने कई सारे यूनिट्स में ऑलरेडी लगा दिए हैं और कई यूनिट्स में काम चल रहा है। और आपको ये जानकर खुशी होगी कि बहुत बड़े बड़े यूनिट्स, जैसे मैं अभी भिलाई गया था तो भिलाई स्टील प्लांट के अंदर एक नया कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर बना है जिसमें आप AI का यूज़ देख सकते हैं। उसी तरीके से और भी बाकी प्लांट्स में ये मॉडल रेप्लिकेट हो रहा है। कोल इंडिया में डिसाइड किया है कि सभी कोल एक क्षेत्र में भी इस तरह के मॉडल को रेप्लिकेट करेंगे। तो आजकल हम लोग एक इंटीग्रेटेड कमांड कंट्रोल सेंटर बनाने की व्यवस्था पे, जिसमें यूज़ ऑफ AI और भी नई टेक्नोलॉजी का इंटीग्रेशन हो सके, इसके पे काफ़ी तेज़ी से काम CISF कर रहे हैं।
ड्रोन और एंटी ड्रोन जो आप कर रहे हैं, ड्रोन और उनका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और इंस्टॉलेशन दोनों ही होगा या
ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का काम हम लोग नहीं करेंगे। हमारा जो सेंटर फॉर एक्सीलेंस है उसमें आपको पता है रिमोट पायलट जो ट्रेन होते हैं, जो ये सब ऑपरेट करते हैं, इसको इस तरह के जो ड्रोन्स को ऑपरेट करने के लिए आपको ट्रेन पायलट्स की ज़रूरत होती है। तो RTPO सेंटर है हमारा वहाँ पे बेरोड में, राजस्थान में, और वहाँ पे हम लोग वो व्यवस्था कर रहे हैं कि हमारे जितने भी CISF कर्मी हैं जो अलग अलग इंस्टॉलेशंस में हैं।
Success can be simple with TSG Gurukul. Endless career. Right move for bright future. Aao chale, school chale. TSG Gurukul. Phone 94387 82020.